Toy Story GLU, Part 6, Woody Meets the Salsa Oracle, featuring Forbidden Prophecy, Slinky Dog's Psychological Collapse, Salsa with Too Much Cilantro, and Darren, the Existential Ketchup Packet. I didn't want to watch the tape. I found it wrapped in a tortilla, not a metaphor, a real tortilla, still warm, slightly singed, and whispering the cha-cha slide backward. Inside, a clamshell VHS case crusted with dehydrated guac and labeled in marker, "Property of the Oracle. Do not microwave." I ignored the warning. Hot pepper opening scene. The Oracle awaits. The screen lit up with static and Gregorian chanting, but in Spanish. The first image. Woody tied to a giant rotating sombrero, spinning in slow motion over a salsa pit that bubbled like cursed marinara. He looked up. At the center of the pit, a levitating bowl. The Salsa Oracle. Its voice was 10 layers deep, and sounded like James Earl Jones mixed with a blender full of tortilla chips. "You have stirred the forbidden salsa, Sheriff." Woody muttered something about needing answers. About finding, quote, the last tortilla scroll. About Buzz dissolving into carnitas. The Oracle responded. "You do not seek answers. You seek flavor." Brain Slinky's mental collapse. Cut to Slinky Dog alone in a room made of aluminum foil and doubt. He was repeatedly saying, "I am a fork. I am a fork. I am not a leash. I am a fork." He then folded in on himself like a cursed paperclip, and turned into a screaming quesadilla that bounced around the room yelling movie quotes from Paul Blart, Mall Cop. I turned off the TV. It turned itself back on. Tomato, enter. Darren, the ketchup packet. Suddenly, static. Then, Darren, a faded red ketchup packet with cartoon eyes and a mouth drawn in crayon. He slid across the screen like a used napkin in a windstorm. "You think this is a joke? I was condiment of the month at Wendy's in 1999. They replaced me with aioli. Aioli!" He screamed and exploded in a puff of sugar and despair. Coin George W. Bush returns? Yes. Briefly. As a spinning coin. On one side, his face. On the other. In salsa we trust. Salt, the final dip. Back at the pit, Woody finally lowers into the salsa. But instead of burning, he begins to glow. His skin peels back into tortilla layers, revealing that he was the prophecy all along. The Salsa Oracle cackles and says, "The snack becomes the snacker, the devoured becomes the devourer." The screen glitches. I see one frame, Andy's face, expressionless. He whispers, "They're all made of corn." Mousetrap closing thoughts. I turned off the tape. I can still hear Darren screaming about aioli. I opened my fridge. My condiments were all alphabetized into the word, run. My air fryer is leaking pico de gallo. I haven't slept in days. I think my couch just became sentient and wants salsa.